Hello, Yankees universe. Welcome back to your go-to channel, the New York Yankees News Network. Today, we have 3 jam-packed updates about our Bronx Bombers that have just surfaced in the last few hours. So, if you're a true Yankees fan, you won't want to miss this. And hey, if you're new to the channel, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you can always stay in the loop with the latest pinstripe news. All right, let's dive right into our first big story of the day. Update 1. Unfinished business? Devin Williams fuels reunion rumors with shocking statement. That's right, folks. The Devin Williams era in the Bronx was nothing short of a roller coaster, a truly tumultuous season that had fans on the edge of their seats for all the right and sometimes all the wrong reasons. After a season that saw him lose and then reclaim a high-leverage role, the now free agent has officially spoken out, and what he said might surprise you. Williams told Brian Hoke of MLB.com that he'd definitely be open to rejoining the Yankees. In his own words, Williams said, "I really enjoyed my experience here. There's a lot to like about this city, but it took me some time to adjust. That adjustment period is key here." We all remember the blockbuster move this past offseason when New York acquired Williams from Milwaukee. The cost was not small. We sent left-hander Nestor Cortez and infielder Caleb Durbin for what we hoped would be a year of lockdown closing services. The move was made to fill the void left by Clay Holmes, who departed for a starting gig with the Mets. On paper, it was a home run, replacing one closer with one of the premier relievers of the decade. But the season didn't pan out as expected right away. It started on opening night with a save against his former team, but it was a nail-biter. He threw 36 pitches and allowed 3 base runners to get just 3 outs. The following weeks were a mixed bag, with some shaky performances, including a tough extra inning loss against Pittsburgh. Despite that, he did convert all 4 of his initial save chances. The real trouble hit on April 19th against Tampa Bay, when he coughed up a 4-run lead, leading to another heartbreaking extra inning defeat. In his very next appearance, he gave up 3 runs without recording a single out, blowing his first save and ultimately costing him the closing job. But here's where the story turns. After a period in low-leverage spots, Williams worked his way back. When Luke Weaver, who had earned 6 saves in May, went down with a hamstring strain, the door opened. And did Williams ever step through it? He returned to the closer role and was absolutely dominant, converting 12 of 13 save opportunities from June through July. Of course, the front office made big moves at the deadline, bringing in a slew of relievers, including established closers Camilo Doval and David Bednar. It was Bednar who took the reins, picking up 10 saves over the final 2 months and 2 more in the playoffs. So, where does that leave us? Williams' final earned run average of 4.79 was easily the worst of his 7-year career, but that number is deceiving. From June through the end of the season, he posted a much more Williams-like 3.92 earned run average with a stunning 38.6% strikeout rate. He was lights out heading into the postseason with 9 straight scoreless outings, and he added 4 more zeros in the playoffs. Perhaps most importantly, after missing 4 months in his final season in Milwaukee with stress fractures in his back, he was durable, setting career highs with 62 innings and 67 appearances. The question for the front office is massive. The Yankees bullpen ranked a dismal 23rd in earned run average in 2025 and slipped to 26th after the deadline. With both Williams and Weaver potentially leaving, the need is there. But with Bednar and Doval under team control, is there a willingness to spend big on a reunion? The market is crowded with names like Ryan Helsley and Raisel Iglesias, but Williams, entering his age 31 season, is one of the youngest and could command a lucrative deal. So, the door is open. Williams is willing. Should the Yankees walk through it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Update 2. Blockbuster trade alert. Yankees to form an untouchable super rotation with this Cy Young winner? Alright, buckle up for our next story because this one is a bombshell that could completely reshape the American League for years to come. We all know that when the Yankees starting rotation is healthy, it's one of the most fearsome in all of baseball. A 1-2-3 punch of Gerrit Cole, Max Fried, and Carlos Rodón can give any lineup nightmares in a playoff series. But, and it's a big but, injuries have been a persistent problem, a nagging issue that has derailed our momentum more than once. So, how does the front office guarantee dominance? How do you use that big payroll to build a rotation so deep, so talented, that it's practically unbeatable? Well, according to Christopher Klein over at Fansided, the answer is simple. You go out and make a blockbuster trade for a Cy Young caliber ace. The name being floated? None other than Detroit Tigers superstar Tarik Skubal. Klein has proposed a league-altering trade that would see Skubal come to the Bronx to form a true super rotation. Now, as you can imagine, a player of this caliber doesn't come cheap. The proposed package would see the Yankees send a haul of top prospects to Detroit. The Tigers would receive shortstop George Lombard Jr., outfielder Spencer Jones, right-handed pitcher Bryce Cunningham, and left-handed pitcher Henry Lillane. In return, the New York Yankees get their man, left-hander Tarik Skubal. Now, you're probably asking, why in the world would the Tigers even consider trading their ace? Klein lays out the logic, writing, "It will be hard for the Detroit Tigers to part with Skubal, but he's not going to sign a discount extension, and losing him for nothing is not an appealing outcome, especially since the Tigers are ill-equipped to meaningfully improve their offense this winter. It's a classic dilemma for a team in Detroit's position. They are a quality regular season team, but as Klein notes, they have fatal postseason flaws. Cashing in on their biggest asset to rebuild and address other needs might be their smartest long-term play." And what an asset Skubal is. Just listen to these video game numbers from this season. A record of 13 wins and 6 losses, an earned run average of 2.21, a whopping 241 strikeouts, and a whip that's walks and hits per inning, pitched of 0.891 over 195 innings pitched. Those aren't just ace numbers, those are Cy Young winning numbers. Klein even argues he would be the best pitcher the Yankees have, and that is saying something when you have a healthy Gerrit Cole on your roster. Can you just imagine it, Yankee fans? A 4-man monster rotation of Cole, Skubal, Fried, and Rodón. That's the kind of move that screams, we are serious about winning it all in the near future. It would make the Yankees one of the only teams in baseball with the financial power and prospect capital to make such a dream rotation a reality. The price is steep, there is no doubt about it. Losing top prospects like Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. would hurt the farm system, but for a pitcher like Tarik Skubal to create a rotation that could carry us to another World Series title, it might just be a price worth paying. So, what do you all think? Is that package too much to give up? Is Tarik Skubal the final piece of the championship puzzle? Let me know your trade proposals in the comments below. Update 3. Pinstripes poached, division rival makes a move for key Yankees coach. And for our final piece of news, we're shifting from the players on the field to the masterminds in the dugout. A developing story from just a few hours ago indicates that our AL East rivals, the Baltimore Orioles, are looking to the Yankees coaching staff to fill their managerial void. According to Andy Martino at SNY, the Orioles have formally interviewed Yankees third base coach Luis Rojas for their top job. This is significant because Rojas is the very first candidate known to have had a formal interview for the position, which has been open since Brandon Hyde was let go back in May. While Baltimore's interim skipper Tony Mansolino is still in the running, and former Oriole Ryan Flaherty's name has been mentioned, it appears Rojas is a serious contender. For those who may not be as familiar, Rojas, who is 44 years old, has been a fixture as the Yankees' third base coach for the last 4 seasons. His coaching journey is a long one, starting way back in 2006 with the Nationals Dominican League team before he joined the Mets organization the following year. He spent over a decade rising through their system before being unexpectedly thrust into the manager's role in January of 2020. You might remember that was after the Carlos Beltran situation, where he was hired and then stepped down before ever managing a game due to the sign-stealing scandal. So Rojas' first skipper job was a true trial by fire during the pandemic-shortened 2020 season, where the Mets finished with a 26-34 record. He was brought back for 2021, and the Mets actually held first place for a large part of that season before a major collapse after the All-Star break saw them finish 77-85. The Mets declined his option for 2022, and that's when he made the move across town to join our coaching staff. This isn't his first time getting looks for a manager job either. He's interviewed with the Padres and Marlins in recent years. From a Yankees perspective, this is a big deal. Losing a coach with 4 years of experience within your system, especially one who coaches a key position like third base, is always a blow. It speaks to the quality of the staff Aaron Boone has assembled that other teams, especially division rivals, are looking to poach our talent. For the Orioles, they're trying to get their young core back on track after a very disappointing 75-87 season, a huge step back after making the playoffs 2 years in a row. The question is, will they hand the keys to our guy, Luis Rojas? We'll be watching this one very closely. And that's a wrap for today's News Blast, Yankees Universe. 3 massive stories coming at you fast. What do you all think? Which of these stories gets you the most fired up? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to the New York Yankees News Network. If you enjoyed the updates, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, click subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a thing. We'll see you in the next one.